On January 7th of this year, the sun was setting over the Pacific, but my son, Brett, could not see it. The sky was thick with smoke. Brett got the call to evacuate as the Palisades fire raged just over the hill. He and his girlfriend grabbed what they could and fled. When I arrived a week later, I saw the devastation firsthand. His apartment reduced to ash, his neighbor's home also gone. That neighbor had refused to evacuate, believing he could protect his property since the government couldn't. We still don't know if that neighbor survived. The LA Fire Department had faced budget cuts, water reservoirs had run dry, and the city had deprioritized safety protocols. Lives were shattered. Like LA, Colorado is failing to prioritize public safety, property rights, and quality of life. Our legislature has been radicalized here in Colorado. The Republican Party is too dysfunctional to provide competent opposition, denying election results, alienating mainstream voters, and excusing Trump's behavior at every turn. Meanwhile, Democrats have seized control, overriding local decision-making. They've stripped city councils of power over land use policies that balance housing growth with infrastructure and water resources. Many of these legislators have never owned their own property and consistently side with trial lawyers over developers, driving up housing costs by $40,000 per condo due to the construction defects law. Condo starter homes for sale are scarce in Colorado because new ones are not being built. In Fort Collins, our city council twice attempted to force radical land use changes on us, and twice the people rose up to stop them. I worked with the Preserve Fort Collins grassroots organization to collect signatures to overturn those measures. Volunteers from that effort were crucial to my campaign for the state legislature last year. I frequently visit LA to see my kids, adult kids. Even before the fire, it was an unlivable nightmare of traffic, overcrowding, and sprawl. Colorado's Democrat-controlled legislature is leading us down the same path, undermining public safety, eliminating cash bail, and turning a blind eye to rising crime, and giving sanctuary to criminal gang members. My opponent in last year's election openly supported these radical policies. At the federal level, dysfunction reigns. Corrupt spending through U.S. aid and the Inflation Reduction Act benefits political cronies instead of advancing American interests and real green energy production. Meanwhile, our debt is spiraling out of control, with interest payments alone threatening our economic future. And yet Congress lacks the fortitude to act, kicking the can down the road in bloated omnibus bills. We are on the brink of financial disaster with a possible recession looming. And while big cuts in federal spending are necessary to avoid financial Armageddon with the government debt, the actions of DOGE may be illegal under current law protecting employees and are so ham-handed that congressionally mandated actions are being undercut. Congress is not likely to find the fortitude to do its job and include any of these findings into the omnibus bill for this year, causing further deadlock in making needed progress. Trump is now engaging in tit-for-tat trade wars that could escalate out of control, harming the economy, and we seem to be taking sides with the dictator Putin over the embattled freedom fighters of Ukraine. It's all very upside down. Where are the adults in government? Colorado and the nation desperately need a centrist party committed to fiscal responsibility, constitutional principles, and civility. The two establishment parties have failed to pull it together. Instead, they are ripping us apart. Polarization is deepened due to a broken primary system, gerrymandering, and voter apathy at lower levels of government, and in the primaries particularly. Families are being torn apart over politics. Many independent expenditure committees only contribute to candidates during the Democratic primary because that is the only election that matters in 95% of the elections in Colorado. Last year, our 3 center party candidates learned invaluable lessons. 2 secured 37% of the vote, remarkable for a young party. Their experience will help us recruit and support strong candidates in the future. When we speak directly with voters, going door to door, they're eager for an alternative to the 2 major parties, one that isn't beholden to the extremes of the 2-party system. We now have over 3,500 registered center party voters. It's still an uphill battle to gain recognition, but persistence will pay off. As we continue to field more quality candidates, more voters will see us as a viable option. Ranked choice voting will return to the ballot in 2026, and its passage would be a game changer for the center party and frankly, all more moderate candidates from both parties. I remain optimistic about our future. Unlike other third parties, we have a clear centrist platform that resonates with the majority of Americans. Independent polling confirms that voters want a new, moderate alternative. They want someone to be their voice for the moderate majority. And that is who we are. We are the voice for the moderate majority. Our job is to make sure that they know we are here for them to give Colorado a better future. So thank you for your support and commitment to the Center Party. And again, I'm optimistic for our future. It will take time, but we're going in the right direction. And if time permits, I'll share more details on our election analysis from 2024. But for now, I think we should move on with our meeting. So thank you for listening. I appreciate that.